So the camera can see it.
Is there something I can help you with?
It's none of your business.
Make sure you walk on the sidewalk.
Well, if you guys would do your job and cite these vehicles for being on a public sidewalk where we can't use it, shut the f*** up. How's that one?
We're trying to work here.
I am too.
At the moment, you can hear the subject say there, so the camera can see. It is there, something I can help you with. It's none of your business. And then the tension escalates. Shut the F up. We're trying to work here. The officer demands identification, but the person pushes back. You don't have an ARS. Define a secondary crime for me. Who is in the right? Who is abusing power? Stay with us as we break down this heated confrontation. Welcome to ID Refusal 101. We're here to arm you with legal knowledge to protect yourself. Subscribe now to know your rights and how to assert them. And now, enjoy the video.
Hi there.
So the camera can see it.
Is there something I can help you with?
It's none of your business.
Make sure you walk on the sidewalk.
Well, if you guys would do your job and cite these vehicles for being on a public sidewalk where we can't use it, shut the f*** up. How's that one?
We're trying to work here.
I am too.
Hey,
Have you heard anything called the freedom of the press? Gathering content for a story?
Okay.
Don't infringe on my rights.
All right, well, we're trying to work here. Can you please vacate?
Nope.
As the camera rolls, the officer initiates contact with a dismissive "Is there something I can help you with?" only to follow it with "It's none of your business." Moments later, frustration escalates as the officer shouts "Shut the F up" in direct violation of professional conduct standards. The filmer asserts his First Amendment rights, stating he's gathering content for a story, and reminds the officer of public property access. Under Turner v. Driver, citizens have the right to film public officials in public spaces. The officer's order to vacate lacks lawful grounds, as no active crime scene was declared under protocol. The filmer's stance is lawful. He's not interfering, merely observing and recording. There's no reasonable, articulable suspicion to detain or demand compliance. Viewers should remember, filming in public is protected speech unless it obstructs official duties, a standard not met here. The officer crosses the line from authority into intimidation.
Public property, public space. No.
Okay. Well, you were walking in the middle of the street a minute ago.
Yes, because I can't get through the traffic that's parked illegally.
Okay. So, you're walking in the middle of the road. Do you have your ID with you?
Reasonable articulable suspicion of me committing a crime.
Yes.
Not
Walking
a
in
city
the middle of the
infraction.
road when there's a sidewalk provided.
I just stated the sidewalks are not available to walk on because, look at this.
Well, where I see my squad car where you're walking in the middle of the road, there's a sidewalk available you could have walked on.
There's a car right there blocking. You go on this side.
Do you have your ID with you?
Nope. You can
What's
check
your
if you
name?
want. No, you're not getting it. You don't have an ARS. Reasonable articulable suspicion of me committing a crime.
Pedestrian in the roadway.
That's a Sydney ordinance. It's not a law.
Still a reason to detain you.
You can detain me all you fucking want. I'm not going to help you with your detainment.
Yourself.
That's a secondary crime. What is the...
It's a second. Can you define a secondary crime for me?
secondary crime?
Officer confronts the filmer for walking in the roadway and immediately demands identification. The filmer pushes back, citing reasonable articulable suspicion as the legal threshold under the Fourth Amendment. Walking in the street, even if against a city ordinance, is not a criminal offense. Ordinances are civil infractions, not crimes. Under Hybel v. 6th Judicial District Court, police may only compel ID during a lawful detention based on suspicion of a crime. The filmer points out the sidewalk was blocked by illegally parked vehicles, making the roadway his only option. When the officer insists it's still a reason to detain, the filmer highlights Texas Penal Code 38.02, which clearly states failure to ID becomes an offense only after a lawful arrest for a crime. Here, the officer blurs ordinance enforcement with criminal law. The filmer is legally correct. Citizens should remember, unless suspected of a crime, refusal to provide ID is lawful.
Failure to ID, 3802. The only time I can be arrested is if I've already committed a crime and is arrested.
You were walking in the roadway when
because I can't get through on the sidewalks.
To me, it looks like you could walk down that entire sidewalk after you walk behind the back of that car.
I'm disabled. I'm not going to put my health at risk.
If you're disabled, why are you walking in the middle of the road?
Because I can't utilize the sidewalk because there's obstacles everywhere.
How hard is it just to walk behind the back of the car like this?
I'm disabled.
So you're so disabled that you can't walk behind the back of the car, but you can walk down the middle of the roadway to come over here and complain
It's
about
flush.
parked in the driveway?
It's flush, not an incline.
Anyway.
And are you a medical?
Are you going to identify yourself?
No.
For pedestrian in the roadway?
No.
Would you like to go to jail?
Here we go. I'm willing. I've already got one lawsuit. I already got one lawsuit against you guys for wrongful arrest for the same thing.
Can we just go away so we can work here?
Oh, this is the crime scene?
There's a call for service here.
Oh,
yes.
If this is the crime scene, yes. I'll move over. Would you like me to do that?
Yes, that would be great.
See, that's better.
Now,
how hard was that? Okay, I'll move across the street to where.
Perfect.
Thank you.
The filmer insists he cannot use the sidewalk due to obstacles and cites a disability, rejecting the officer's suggestion to simply walk behind a parked car. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, public spaces must remain accessible. Blocked sidewalks create legitimate barriers. Instead of acknowledging this, the officer ridicules the claim and presses again for identification, even threatening jail. That threat is unlawful without probable cause, as outlined in Terry v. Ohio and reinforced by the Fourth Amendment. The filmer's reminder of a prior wrongful arrest lawsuit highlights a pattern of overreach. Only when the officer frames the area as an active crime scene does the filmer agree to move, demonstrating a willingness to comply under lawful circumstances. Here, the officer's dismissive response to a disability claim and insistence on ID without suspicion of a crime crosses into misconduct. Citizens should remember, compliance is required only when lawfully ordered within constitutional bounds.
How you doing? Here you go, sir.
It's okay.
Yep.
You don't record me, right?
You're in public. I'm sorry, but you don't get that privilege.
Following the tense exchange, the encounter shifts. Officer interaction decreases as the filmer complies with the request to move across the street. Yet, hostility lingers. At the moment, a bystander demands not to be recorded, stating, "You don't record me," to which the filmer calmly replies that public spaces offer no such privacy. This aligns with established precedent in Smith v. City of Cumming and Glick v. Cuniff, affirming the First Amendment right to film public officials and individuals in public areas. No expectation of privacy exists on a public sidewalk. The officer no longer escalates, but no apology or correction is issued. This silence reflects passive enforcement that tolerates prior misconduct. The filmer remains calm and assertive, reinforcing that legal knowledge can diffuse unlawful pressure. For viewers, this final stretch reminds us, the right to film is not granted by permission, it's protected by law, especially when government actors are involved. This encounter reveals a stark contrast in conduct. This officer receives a D, reflecting unprofessional language, legal overreach, and disregard for ADA considerations. While physical force was avoided, the misuse of authority through intimidation and vague legal threats undermines public trust. The filmer earns a B+, assertive, legally informed, and generally composed, though at moments reactive. Illegal references included the First Amendment right to film in public, Fourth Amendment protection from unlawful searches/seizures, Texas Penal Code 38.02, ID refusal, and ADA compliance. Viewers should remember, you are not required to show ID unless lawfully detained for a crime. Always remain calm, document clearly, and never physically interfere. Know your rights, use them responsibly, and stand firm without escalate. Follow us at ID Refusal 101 for more legal breakdowns, and thank you to the original creator for sharing this important footage. Be sure to support their channel. Knowing your rights isn't being difficult, it's being prepared. If this video helped you understand your legal rights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below, tell us your story, ask a question, or suggest the next encounter we should break down. This is ID Refusal 101, where we teach the basics of your right. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.